What's going on YouTube? We're back with another video. So I'm gonna go ahead and do, it's Friday, but I'm gonna go ahead and do unit review Saturday because I'm probably gonna upload this tomorrow anyway, so it'll be on time. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now because I actually forgot to record the rest of my battles in Guild War. So I was like, yo, let me go ahead and knock out this unit review today, right? But yeah, we're gonna do the OG Assassin Coli. This is one of my favorite units to use in the game. I use her like almost every Guild Wars. She takes a lot of investment. You know, she's slated to get a buff, but I feel like she's super good in the meta already. It's kind of like strange to me. I know she was about to go through that buff slash nerf before, and then they took it back, right? But now she's slated for a buff again. I guess they're gonna buff something with her S1 because they feel like after her S3 she's not that useful. But I disagree. But I'll take a buff. I use her. My Assassin Coli is plus 15, so I max skill her up, right? She's one of my plus 15 characters. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's look at her base stats. Sorry if y'all can hear that. Let me move my phone. Yo, so actually let me move it like right here. Let me move it like right here. There we go. Now y'all can hear it. Okay. So her base stats, she got 1,027 attack, so it's not too high. It's not really low either. It's kind of like moderate, but that's okay. Health is 5,299. She actually has good base health for a thief. Honestly, it's like decent. 126 base speed. She got the Kenya legs, baby. She moving fast. She's an assassin. 469 base defense, that's to be expected for a thief, and then everything else is normal. So let's go into her skills. Ambush is the enemy, dealing additional damage when stealth. Okay, so when she breaks her stealth, she does additional damage. Damage deal also increases the portion of the cast speed, so she got some speed scaling in there. Molagor's is damage, so you get 30% extra damage from the skilled up S1. Cloak and Dagger, her main niche. When the caster is free of debuffs, has an 80% chance, 100% chance max, super important you get that maxed out, to be granted increased attack for one turn at the beginning of the turn, which is significant, and stealth for one turn at the end of the turn. Basically, every time she moves, which will be a lot because she has a lot of speed, right? Every time she moves at the end of her turn, she juices herself, so she gives herself an attack buff, she stealths herself, and so she's can't hit her with the single target moves, right? She's can't target her, which is big, and then so every time she moves, she's gonna give herself an attack buff, and every time she breaks stealth, she's doing additional damage with the S1, right? Significant. It's a lot of damage. Murder moves silently to attack the enemy, stunning for one turn. Silences all enemies when the target is defeated. Damage that increases a portion of the caster's speed. Okay, so this skill, if you look at the Molagoras, this is plus 50% more damage, right? And then the Soul Burn, it gives her like a big ass damage multiplier. I think Assassin Coli's damage multiplier with the Soul Burn is probably like one of the best in the game. I think it's like 3.0 or something. It's crazy. Like if you Soul Burn this attack, the damage goes up like significantly, right? So with that said, she has high base speed, right? 126. She gives herself an attack buff at the start. Like if she moves first, she gives herself an attack buff on that first move, right? So you don't have to worry about doing ox slots, whatever. She gives herself the attack buff right then and there. And then if you run like a Takahito's book, she gets Soul Burn on the first turn. So very significant. She does a lot of damage. With the S3. And then after that, she starts doing her S1. And if you have like a really strong Assassin Coli, like really fast, really strong Assassin Coli, she's lapping units. She's doing massive damage because she's giving herself attack buff. She's element neutral. She does extra damage with the stealth, etc. So this character is really fast and does damage. She's all about that speed and damage, right? I love this character. She's really fun to use. So the content, obviously, I like using her in Arena, right? Usually the Moonlight heroes, I always associate them with Arena, right? You can use her in PvP content. Sometimes I do use her in Raid for fun. Like I've used her in Raid for fun and stuff, but you gotta be wary of like the AoE attacks, right? Usually you build her really strong, so she has good base health, but she won't have that much health. She'll lower some damage when they hit her in stealth, right? She'll cut some damage, but yeah, she does good damage. You can use her in PvP, but PvP is where she shines. Guild Wars specifically. She can work in Arena too, obviously, both PvP, but Guild Wars she's sick. Like you fight like a bruiser team, and the bruiser team is like all single target attacks. Let's say you fight a team with like Angelica, and then it's like Ken and another character, right? A lot of times you can bring her and you might not even need a defense break because a really strong Assassin Coli that's really fast is taking multiple turns and lapping Angelica and like out damaging her heal, etc. But you still gotta be aware of like counter set. Counter set can damage her, right? But she has other uses like cutting in front of the ball. Let's say you're fighting a ball team and it's like ball and two other characters or whatever, right? She can She can go first. She can outspeed the ball. She can soul burn her S3 with like, if you got like the Tonfa Hills there, the Tonfa Hills book or whatever, and she could potentially just kill the ball outright. But honestly, she doesn't even have to kill the ball. She could just get the ball to below 60% and help the AI will do his S3, right? So a lot of times, like she's guaranteed that like a really good assassin Coli will either kill him or get him close to death, right? Especially if you soul burn him. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna kill him even if a C arm is there, right? With a good assassin Coli. But yeah, she has uses like that. Good to bring in fights with only single target characters. Remember, gotta be aware of counter set though. Still gotta be aware of counter set. And you know, killing the light unit. Ball and says in Moonlight Armintha, the light threat, right? I don't like to rely on her stun too much because you're worrying about getting mad speed, which is hard. You got to get attack, crit damage, 100% crit rate. You got to get all these stats. You can fit some effectiveness in there, but it's gonna take you really good gear to like get a significant amount of all the above that I just said and effectiveness, right? So it's tough. I don't like to rely on the stun. I feel like the stun is extra. That's why people thought the buff they wanted to do was a nerf, because usually like me as an Assassin Coli player, I don't rely on her stun or the silence. I don't rely on that. My Assassin Coli has like 20, just like 10, 25% fitness, something like that. But basically, when I use Assassin Coli, my game plan isn't even to land the stun. If I do land the stun, so cool. If I do get the kill and they silence, cool. But it's never a part of my game plan. Usually I bring it to fights with single target attacks, or if I want to snipe something with a Tonfa Hills book, right? But she's perfect for that. She 9 times out of 10, she'll go first, right? Because she has the base speed and she does ridiculous damage, right? And she element neutral, so that's sick. But yeah, that's how I use her anyway. Okay, let's get into her artifacts. So I actually like Arnell. If you're using her like if you're using Assassin Coli for like the way I mentioned above, where you're doing like you're fighting single target attackers and they're not gonna aim at her, right? More turns, right? If you're fighting like a team of 3 brews and all single target attacks, more turns is always sick, right? She does a lot of damage with her S1 and her S3. A really good Assassin Coli will do that. So the more turns she takes, the better, right? And she'll take multiple turns anyway because of her speed. She'll be lapping a lot. So Arnell's good. Dust Devil, same thing. So if you don't have RNL, Dust Devil's a good option because she after the S3, she's only doing her S1, right? So Dust Devil has a higher proc chance than RNL. So Dust Devil's pretty good if you just want the extra attacks. Sniping purposes, Portrait of Saviors. So if you all about trying to snipe that Moonlight Ball, you got your Tonfa Hills book. Portrait of Saviors is sick. 20% more damage when the opponent has more than 50% health. Sick. Soul Burn the S3, Maximal Agora, 50% more damage. She gonna hit like a truck. Who cares if C armor's there? And if you don't have Portrait of Saviors, it's just Tonfa, same thing. Just lower, you know, it's like 4% less damage, but still does the job, right? Elha's Knife can be an option too. It could be an option, like I said, if you use her for the 3 bruiser purpose, like Guild War battle, you know, like the single target attacks or whatever, arena single target attacks. Hell's Knife is cool, you know, for longer fights. If you know Assassin's gonna be moving, you got a maxed out Hell's Knife, you know, you can use that too. Whatever, just, you know, increase her damage or increase the number of turns she gets or whatever, right? Okay, the way I would gear this character, obviously, she's super obvious to gear, right? Super obvious how you want to gear her. She wants straight out raw speed and damage, right? Speed crit, literally the best thing you can do for Assassin Coli. Speed crit. You want as much speed as possible, and you want her to get as close to 100% crit rate as you can. She is all about doing that damage. She's an assassin. She's all about going ham, right? She wants to be as fast as possible and as strong as possible, with a sprinkle of effectiveness. And you know, you get some health and defense in there, obviously, but mostly the damage, right? You want that damage. So yeah, I would aim for speed crit is what you really need. You don't worry about anything else. Yo, speed crit, that's what you want. And the stats I would aim for, obviously, I want like, remember, she's giving herself an attack buff, and she has really, like, look at the Mologoras on, like 50% more damage here. I think it's like, yeah, 30% more damage here. And she got that godlike soul burn, right? So you don't need that much attack because you're focused on getting a lot of speed too. So your Assassin's Code can hover around like 2.2, 2.5. If anything, you know, 2.5 is like you can stop there. It's cool. Obviously you want as much as your gear allows, but you gotta remember it's hard to get a whole bunch of speed rolls and you want her as fast as possible too. So 2.2 to 2.5k attack I feel is cool. HP defense, just sprinkle that wherever. focus more on your offensive stats. Speed, you want to be as fast as you can. She's one of the hardest characters to get in the game, hands down, because you need godlike speed rolls, you need godlike crit, you want some crit damage in there, and attack. For sniper purposes, remember, she still has the Molagor investment on the S3. She got the Soul Burner. So you still want to go first. And I see a lot of Assassin's Coli, they go on like a crit rate necklace and stuff. But a real sick Assassin's Coli has crit damage investment too. Like, you know, 215 plus crit damage neck. And then they still got close to 100% crit rate, 2.2 to 2.5k attack. You know, godlike speed, like 250 plus. Obviously, if you can get like 270, 280, of course, and get it, baby, get it. But you want as much as your gear allows. She's really hard to gear. She wants the Molagor investment. She wants the speed. She wants the damage. She wants some effectiveness. One of the hardest characters to build in the game for sure. Okay, and she's getting buff. I feel, honestly, like I said, I've been using Assassin's Coli for a long time, and I feel like she's really good in this meta. But for some reason, they felt like, yo, she ain't strong enough. So I'm thinking because maybe it's so hard to gear her, and maybe they're like, yo, it's too hard to gear her or whatever. But or maybe they just feel like maybe they think she is underwhelming. But me personally, I use her all the time, and she's sick, right? But yeah, basically all out, you want a whole bunch of offensive stats. So like, you know, 215 plus crit damage. But I say these numbers, but of course, get as much as your gear allows, right? Maybe you got such godlike gear, you can get like 2.7k attack, 250% crit damage, 270 speed. Yo, who got gear like that? Put it in the comments. You got gear like that? Put it in the comments. But yeah, that's how I do Assassin's Coli. So let's preview these skills. She's such a sick character. I love it. She don't play she be like, shut up. Y'all know I've been using this character for like for months. I've been using this character for a long time, so I love it. But yeah, her S1, and then she has to give herself an attack buff. So she does everything for herself. She gives herself an attack buff. She got massive speed. She takes multiple turns. Like she does good damage. She's sick, man. She's super sick. And then murder, right? Love it. I love it, man. She's such a sick character. But yeah, that'll do it for this hero review. I'll see y'all next Saturday for the next hero review, okay? If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one, okay? Peace out.